we're starting right now.
You get the easygoing approach. Okay.
Yeah, so we're starting our show here.
Here though.
Yeah,
so
I'll move over.
Control the audio.
Sure. Yeah, I'll move over.
I'll get out of the way.
Hey, this is Santiago and Chuck's show, and yeah, we're kind of starting on the dime again. We have a couple things for you today. We have a couple guests, and I'm going to be thinking about Amy Fisher, and I think I'm going to revisit some of the things from last week's show. A couple of tracks that Chuck and I had recorded before, and also it's actually we'll see about Amy Fisher, but Chuck is up north, and I'm probably going to talk about that as soon as I can. So, but anyway, so I'm going to set up a couple things here and just jabber away while trying not to have too much dead air.
Don't forget to put on your headphones to make sure everything sounds right.
Sure.
All right. Good luck. I'll check in back.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we did it. Yeah.
So yeah, it's if y'all bear with me one more second. And looks like we're live here. Adjusting headphones and adjusting microphones. And there's nobody else here. It's just like I said, Chuck is up north. He's visiting Tamarack Song today, which is that's an interesting thing. We'll see. He's Tamarack Song. He's up like I said, he's up north. He's not he didn't have to go to prison or to jail or anything like that. He's just he's up north visiting his wife and kids. They're up there. They've issued all mod cons for this year, and they're gonna go. Yeah, they're going back, way back in this quest for fire, desire thing, approach to living, trying to get back to the how it was before, trying to get back to their sort of roots of humanity. And I have this vision of them, dealing with manatee, having to deal with animals, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, getting into sword fights and all that kind of thing. They're just going back and trying to understand where they came from, trying to understand what makes them them. Trying to getting rid of all the constructs of the modern world. No scratching, no media, no radio. It's a sort of primitive lifestyle up north, up there, and they're visiting. Like I said, they're visiting this fella Tamarack Song, and there'll be a little bit more on that later. I gotta push a few buttons to get to that first, but what I'd like to do is just play a couple of quick excerpts that we had going on from before, and that way I'll sort of get my ducks in a row and be a little bit more attentive to the things that gotta happen on this radio show here. So yeah, like I said, I just was gonna revisit a couple of things from last week, and yeah, we'll start right on in with that.
Hey yo, bust it back with this back, this exact, this back, and this SMC on this earth, this is earth, I've been cursed, this is 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 cursed, it works, and it serves, and it helps, and it sounds to me, pigs in this pigs, and these things, get in this breast, that's been eating me recently, off of this chest, and I rest to get peaceful, but at least at the end, you will leave me alone. Play that English guy.
This goes out to you.
This goes out to you. Hey man, we're gonna
It's been a long time. I should have left you without a strong mind. Step two, think of how many weeks shows you slept through. Time's up. I'm sorry I can't take it of this. You keep repeating your miss. The rhyme from the microphone solo. Listen to sit by the radio and on the dial soul. As you hear it, pump up the volume. Dance with the speaker to the ear. Plug in the headphones. Say what when it's heard. Dance. So take some tempo like a rhythm. This is playing singing up a
Cause you listen to it on your telephone. You can't hear my song when you're walking down the street. You can't listen to this in the sauna. You might take us on a scuba diving adventure, but I don't remember how it goes. Do you remember how this sound went or goes? Do you know that this is how I think it goes? You can play it, you can play it, you can play it, you can play it, you can play it when it's setting down a hill. Do you know that it is the word zombie for? It is the song. How does this one go? Do you know how does this go? It goes like this.
So back here, and we have a couple of special guests here. We have Emily and Dan, and they're here to visit. They're going to tell us about their dinner, and also I had mentioned Amy Fisher before, and so I think we've been talking a little bit about Amy Fisher, and I'll remind everybody who she was and go into that. Let me just turn down this one guy for 1 second. a little better. It's good always to have some background stuff that's going on. So the thing about Amy Fisher, let me just kind of go back to her, and I'm going to read the Wikipedia entry for Amy Fisher. So the thing, she's a 17-year-old, and she had an accomplice drive her in 1992 to the house of Joey and Mary Jo Budafuoco, which is in Massapequa, New York, basically Long Island. And when Joey's wife,
Budafuoco.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things about it was his name.
Budafuoco.
So when Mary Jo, his wife, answered the door, Amy Fisher, who was having an affair with Joey Budafuoco, but it wasn't really, I don't think, an affair. There was rumors that she was a high school prostitute. So, honor student by day.
89.9 KCRW Flaming.
Honor student by day, and what is it? Night walker by night?
Streetwalker,
Streetwalker.
Woman of the night.
Comfort lady by... Anyway, so that was...
Entrepreneur.
I mean, but the thing was, like you said, it's Budafuoco. and it's a little bit, but that and no one could really understand what is this lithe 17-year-old doing with this guy who was a kind of a creature. I mean, he was just an ordinary Joe, but I don't know. He had this kind of mob persona that he also really liked to push. Anyway, so his wife shows up at the door, and Amy Fisher says, Joey's having an affair with my younger sister. I mean, you can imagine, she's 17-year-old. How old is her younger sister? And Joey Budafuoco at the time was probably in his late 30s, early 40s. And she thrusts this T-shirt into Mary Jo's hand that is the Budafuoco. It's Joey's auto body shop. It would have been better if it was Budafuoco Auto Body, but it's Joey's auto body, and this is proof that her husband is with her sister. And if you're confused already, the whole thing was really confusing from the start. Look, this is a wonderful image of Joey Budafuoco. So what do you think? He's got to be 30. He's 35.
In this picture, I think this was probably like mid-scandal.
Yeah, he's relatively. I mean, he's Guido, but relatively good-looking Guido, I suppose.
This is a little later.
Yeah, he's got a mullet in that picture, which says a lot, I think. I don't know what it says exactly. Anyway, so she tries to kill his wife on the porch, which is crazy, right? And I remember this is
open air. It was like, real.
Well, how old were you guys in 1992? How old were you in 1992?
13.
13. I was. You were probably like what, 11?
No, I was older than 12 if Dan was 12.
13, 14.
Yeah.
13, 14. All right. I was in my I was like sophomore in college, and I remember thinking, gosh, she's my age, because I was 18, 19 at the time. And thinking, wow.
Face. She shot her in the face.
Yeah, it was really, really brutal. I mean, she was probably most definitely high at the time, and she definitely had been doing drugs before then. And
she survived. Oh, that's right. She was deaf in 1 year, and her face was paralyzed, and she lived.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was always curious about what was going on between her and Joey. That was always the mystery to me. It was like, how can that even? I mean, how does that happen? And I mean, I just remember thinking, gosh, she's my age. Like, that's pretty heavy, right?
Yeah.
You're going to go, I mean, I don't know. I can't even imagine what this poor girl was thinking. Well, poor girl. It's just this drama. It's like one of those things, I guess, I don't know. I guess I was thinking about it a little bit. Just wondering, some people, they leech onto drama. It's as if they can't exist without it. I don't know. It's a strange situation, I think. I mean, you guys...
wow, she's a babe. Did Amy Fisher go on to have like a career in adult films?
She did indeed. She's you can watch her on the interweb.
Wow. Wow.
And and she was and it came. I remember being pretty obsessed at the time when this happened. I was really and I think, like you said, Dan, it was Botafogo.
Botafogo. You know, it's like, he was like the nastiest, most repellent dude.
Yeah.
There's something. It was just that
But like,
name.
I guess he was like, I don't know.
He must have been packing something or something. It's
Right?
just such
I
a.
don't know.
I kind of think that he was probably giving her. I have a feeling that he was probably giving her coke, or
Yeah.
there had to be something going on that was like that.
Who knows
you know?
about her childhood too? Maybe she had really major issues, like daddy issues, as they say, and then this man starts giving her presents and helping her out, and
Absolutely, yeah. Well,
He might have just come across as extremely intelligent and not.
well, yeah. I think that. Yeah, maybe he had his shit together.
he probably
you know?
had a really sexy accent.
He sounded like, yeah. I can imagine
It
what that
smelled
accent.
really good.
That sexy New Jersey accent.
Big pecs and
Botafogo.
big pecs and God.
That like he just said, "Hey," like better than anybody.
I think that was a little bit that for me. That was definitely part of the allure. Was that all it took? Did he just have to go? Ooh. Mm-hmm. But so I got onto Amy Fisher because I was looking at Celebrity Rehab, and it's like I mentioned to you guys before we were on the air. It's actually very. And she's on Celebrity Rehab, and then I started to think, wow, I didn't even realize she was still around. I thought she was still in jail, or
No, she only served 6 years for aggravated assault.
well, only. It's still a long time, right?
She was probably pretty young when she got out, though. If she went in when she was, what,
Well,
like
17,
16,
so 23, 20.
Yeah.
Strange. So instead of going to college, you go to prison.
Yeah.
Celebrity prison.
Yeah, and that was the other, and but I don't think she wrote a book or anything. You know, a lot of these people they'll write books or something. They'll sort of turn their event into a cachet. But anyway, I guess actually, I don't know if you guys still want to talk about Joey Botafogo, but I was actually really curious about your dinner.
Oh, sure. We had a dinner.
What did you guys have?
We went to Izumi, the sushi restaurant, or is it Izumi's? Izumi's?
I'm not sure. I think it's Izumi.
Yeah. Well, the building is really interesting. We were kind of wondering about the history of the building. I don't know if you know anything about that, but
I don't know.
I'm sort of
anything
new
about
to
that.
Milwaukee, and Dan was really excited about it.
It's definitely it has this whole Art Deco vibe to it. Let's look on the interweb.
Yeah, might as well learn about it together.
It's an I kind of wonder. It looks like the kind of building that you would think there would be a mural upstairs.
Yeah.
Well, there's a very distinct facade that seems to be.
It's got
Like
it's
these bas-relief panels of
it's true. There's
workers.
there are these friezes on there. Definitely.
And Milwaukee has like a pretty strong history.
Well, yeah, there's definitely a strong socialist history in Milwaukee. So I'm just trying to figure out by the address. Excuse me. See if it'll come up by the address here. Anyway, I don't know if people know, but Izumi's pretty good Japanese, really very good Japanese restaurant on
It is
2150 North Prospect. Trying to think what it's near. Well, it's next to another Korean. It's near the New Kenilworth building, and it's near the bike path there, and it's right on the lake. Yeah, I'm not finding too much stuff. There's
about the building.
yeah, about the building itself. Just see if there's.
Sure, it's out there somewhere. I'm still reading about Amy Fisher.
What are you reading there?
She let's see, in 2009, there was a pay-per-view adult film titled Amy Fisher, Totally Nude and Exposed. But she started a site and she limits herself to girl-on-girl scenes because her husband would be uncomfortable with her doing scenes with men.
Right, she got married after the whole event, and not to Joey Botafogo.
Yeah. She also signed a deal with Lee Entertainment to become a stripper doing club shows at least once a month. And she plans to strip until her fans tell her, "Dear, please put your clothes back on. You're too old."
That's probably a while. I mean, I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in a strip club, but I think there's some strippers that are up there, 40s, 50s.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
If she takes care of herself
Sure.
and has money for surgeries and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know how much surgery you can get on your body like that. So this is definitely an Art Deco building, and I found a really interesting, actually, a really great essay by David Zach on Art Deco in Milwaukee here.
Ooh.
And just sort of seeing if I can find the address here of Prospect. It's, like I said, I haven't read this guy. Let's see here. So apparently Milwaukee has about 70 Art Deco buildings, and every time this guy goes on safari, he seems to find a few more. And there's the Grand Theater, which is on West Wisconsin Avenue. Yeah, there's quite a few buildings here. There's the Hotel Metro is mentioned, and you'll know these Art Deco buildings because they're very dramatic. So sometimes they'll have curved edges. You'll definitely know there's definitely like the friezes and sort of stonemasonry work is really well used. Here we go. So that building that Izumi's is at, it's the Milwaukee Western Fuel Company, and it's also known as the Hannah Northwest Coal Building. It's 2150 North Prospect. So the Milwaukee Western Fuel Building, I'm just reading here from David Zach's essay. It's Western Fuel Building was designed by Herbert Tulgren, Milwaukee architect with no formal training. He built chronologically between two of his other buildings in the neighborhood. There's the Hathaway and the 1260. This building shows a bit more adventure. A small two-story brick box. It has embedded orange terracotta columns with low-relief panels. Between them showing workers in the act of mining, transporting, and using coal. The depiction of workers on the building gives recognition to the rising influence of the working man in the industrial town. The company also had such innovations as open work areas and a rec room for their workers. So that's so I guess it was probably the offices for this coal and fuel company. Mm-hmm. Which there's a shot of one of the friezes is a guy, putting coal into a fire. Not too much information there, actually.
The owner, we spoke with her a little bit, and she was saying her office is in the basement, and what was she saying? There's the door of her office. It's this giant. There's some bolt involved, or
like a vault.
I think your microphone is on. Talk into my mic. Sorry.
Oh, it was. I thought it was loud enough.
Was
I can
it?
turn. Yeah. Well, I can turn your levels up so you can be a little further away. But if you hear yourself, you're on.
I think I do.
So she said that there's cool.
We're in.
Okay, so she said there was bolts in the basement?
I think so. She was talking about her office door, but it was hard to understand. She had a bit of an accent, and I had a bit of wine.
Oh, sake.
Yeah. I thought maybe Dan would remember more of that conversation. Not so much.
There's a little bit of other information about another building down the street, also made by Herbert Tulgren, which is the 1260 North Prospect, which is a tower, actually.
Cool.
But it doesn't mention when the building was constructed. This other building, there's a building that's mentioned that he also made, this fellow Tulgren, that was made in 1931. But anyway, this building on North Prospect, just down the road, is it's also, I guess it has this guy's style, this Herbert Tulgren, and it's let's see. I'm just going to read this article. This building shows the progress of both his style as well as the nation's economy compared with the Viking apartments at 1705 East Kane. Do you know where East Kane is?
Kind of, yeah.
I have no idea where that is.
Yeah, it's over there.
Is it downtown?
No, it's east side.
East side?
Yeah.
So this tower is a luxury tower, and it offering to those who could afford it modern layouts that included built-in card tables and rounded stairwells that take you up to bedrooms and a sunroom. Pretty fabulous, actually,
That
right?
sounds great.
So,
Sounds good.
Yeah, right? Built-in card tables. We don't get that anymore.
Right.
So Tulgrim was ambitiously promoting the duplex apartment concepts as the answer to the urban housing shortage of the 1930s, and even had the design patented. Both the Viking and 1260 were featured in Architectural Record magazine at the time as examples of innovative residential design. They were built for Harry Grant. He was owner and publisher of the Milwaukee Journal. And the 1260, this apartment building that we're talking about, it was known by many as who didn't live there as Grant's tomb. So people that didn't live in this luxury duplex high-rises refer to it as Grant's tomb. Although Art Moderne in style, the 1260 is commonly known as the Art Deco building. I know this building. It's got green it looks like it's going to be cold in the winter. It's got green casement around the windows. And let's see here. But and those windows, I guess, are replacements, but they've stayed faithful to what it looked like originally. And the color green is the only decoration. So I guess it used to be silver. So you went to Azumi's and you liked the building. And what did you guys have to eat? You had sake?
We did. We tasted a few. We knew the lady who was tending bar, so she let us try a few things, which was really nice and interesting.
You cold sakes mainly? Or?
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of the hot sake. It seems like that's what you do maybe with something that's of lower quality to make it more exciting.
True. Yeah, it's true.
I don't know if that's even very traditional to do that. I mean, it's nice. I love hot
in the winter it's great,
drinks, and especially if there's alcohol involved. But
I think in the winter,
I think the flavor comes out a little more like this bottle, for example, that I have with me right now. We didn't quite finish it. It says serve room temperature to chilled, so it has a pretty large range. Would you like to try a sip?
I would like to try a sip.
Have a little bit. It's really nice. It's really kind of rich, round, on the drier side. Very smooth.
I love sake.
Yeah.
The thing about sake is it feels that you couldn't really get drunk, and then even if you are a little drunk, you feel mellow, you feel relaxed about everything.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So what did you have to eat? It seems like it was like a kind of Japanese equivalent of turkey.
Yeah, I think so. Probably. I think that much. Well, we went there a little bit late. The kitchen closes at 9. We tried to get there by about 8, but we spent a half an hour sort of just tasting things and figuring it all out. And by the time we ordered, we ate faster than usual, I would say. But we had some miso soup. It was nice. We had a seaweed salad, and we got a plate for just a sushi-like variety plate. It probably had probably 20 objects on it
20
that we
fishies.
consumed.
And it was okay, right?
That was delightful. It was wonderful.
Because, I don't know if you know this, and you've already eaten, so I don't mean to rain on your parade, but they say that the best days to get sushi are
earlier in the week when everything's fresher.
Exactly. Tuesday. I think it's like Tuesday, Thursday. I think it's like Wednesday and Thursday are the best days, and then it goes. Because I guess the market is only, but I think that might be
I don't think there's really a hard and fast rule. I think if the people who are running it and ordering things know what they're doing, a lot of restaurants can order daily. There are places
can you still get fresh fish on like
I would think so. I mean, St. Paul Seafood delivers to Corazon midweek a lot. I mean, we'll run out of things and they'll come in anytime we need it. So I think things are available. I think.
Okay, so maybe that's I
have a pretty my palate, like if something tastes a little fishy or old,
they wouldn't serve it to you.
It seemed totally fine and great. I've had questionable sushi in my life. It was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
When it's fishy, it's fishy.
Exactly.
Well, look, Dan has left us, and you guys seem a little bit like you're ending your night, so I won't keep you any
He's
longer.
been up since probably about 6 a.m. I
so-
slept until 2:30 p.m.
So that's pretty good. So, yeah, he's falling asleep outside. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can attend to him.
Thank you. I'm glad we could come by.
I'm so happy you came
I'm
by
sure
and filled
anytime.
in for Chuck. And, yeah, well, I will see you. I'm going to D.C. this week, but like I said, Chuck will be here next week, and I'll see you.
Oh, good.
when I
I'll
come
have to
back.
tune in. I can't wait to hear what you guys are up to.
All right. Yeah, definitely.
And I'll
right.
be sure to check out your art show at the Linden Sculpture
Garden.
Linden Sculpture Garden. And it's inside, right?
It's inside, yeah. Inside pieces. It's a collaboration, myself and Esther Bartigas.
Awesome. How long is that up?
It's up until July, I want to say July 22nd. I'll find out and I'll say it on the radio.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's like July, mid-July.
I've got time.
Yeah.
We've all got time.
All right. Thank you, Emily. Thanks
You're
for
welcome.
coming
It was
by.
nice to see you.
Good night.
Good night.
So I'm still here with you guys, and I think what I'd like to do is just play a couple things here for you. A little bit, yeah, that way I can say goodbye to Dan and, let you guys know. So just a couple train station sounds for you.
Neo-Gothic allure? Or what would you name it? Would you name it like Beer Man or Next Face?
I think the thing that allows you to start to approach a different level, and I see a lot of artists doing it, and it's been going on for a while, is to have more of a total sensory interplay between the fact that, like, the tree, okay, that's a pose, or the being holding up, part of the being, and then the t-shirt as a print, and there's something that I'm missing.
Okay.
Wood.
Say cheese. Wood?
What?
Wood. Soda.
I don't know. So the fact that there was was that her second show? I think she was like at your show. I didn't know she was pregnant, but I was like, hey, now she wouldn't have that your friend? That was the next thing. What is your friend after?
She's not pregnant. Why didn't you tell me that was it? Why didn't you tell me that was it? Right, why didn't you tell me that was it? Did you see me leave a couple of No, I thought that was brilliant, Chuck. Everyone is like doing it. It's like you're doing like it's so mainstream. You want to be like Shark Tank. You want to be Shark Tank. You want to kind of like verbally joust and have an edge to it. You know, I'm not. I don't do that. You do it. You. Yeah. Just a little. I don't know. I feel empowered and inspired. I feel like
We work hard.
Way. And then I get crazy and stupid people all the time. You know, you have to walk them through everything like they're a baby and like this is me. Damn it, this is me. What is it about this you don't understand? You know, I give you all the things you need to get you the way you need.
Mi cartera no me la voy a olvidar.
Diego, soy yo. Nunca pude atender por cortar. No me duermo, tengo mucho calor, mamá.
¿No?
Estaba en el pueblo y sacaron la alegría.
¿Van a seguir comiendo empanadas?
Y bueno, yo no comí todavía.
Yo te comí la de carne y se queda bandereta ciudad.
No, ahí va.
Claro, algo así. ¿Por qué te vas a sorprender mi guacha? Tipo pareció refresco, tipo camisa. Sí, no, ya quiero.
Didn't quite get to everything I wanted to get to tonight. Wanted to talk about Chuck and the Tamarack song. Anyway, this has been Santiago and Chuck show. Santiago, Chuck is up north at teaching drum, not in jail. And we'll be back with you next week from 10 to 11, Sunday night, on riverwestradio.com. Thanks a lot for tuning in.